It's when we see with a different set of eyes almost, right? Well, when we see through a lens of gratitude and love and knowing that even through the shit, that there is a light on the other side. Like when we change that lens of perspective, everything changes. Hey beautiful, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey. This is your weekly sanctuary for waking up from autopilot and transforming the way you approach life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It is my mission to help you heal unprocessed emotions and release stuck energies by alchemizing your struggle cycles into opportunities for deep self-love, awareness, trust, and connection, to return to your innate essence of being, stepping back into your energy of alignment. Because here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light, embodying all parts that make you, you. So if you are ready to get to the root of cultivating real change, get cozy, grab your journal and maybe favorite crystals, and let's discover our power within together. What is up, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. This is your host, guide, and mentor in all things energetics, emotions, and self-awakening, Jenna Smith. And I am really glad that you're here with me today. A couple days into winter solstice, just really harnessing all things that this energy is bringing of this time of year. And with that, this episode is going to be the last episode before I take a pause through the month of January. Crazy, I know. First month of a new year and I'm taking a pause in a podcast. But there's going to be some explanation around this decision and why I'm probably going to be doing this every August and January, taking this sacred pause for me personally and just as the collective energies. So, yeah, this episode, I don't want it to be like this wrap up, you know, how in August when I took a pause, I gave you all these episodes to listen to over the month and kind of like this summarizing thing. What this episode I want it to be is more of a moment of presence and connection together, this sacred time of year, and also an invitation for you too to pause in whatever capacity you need at whatever times of your life, whatever seasons moving forward within your life. Because sometimes we need somewhere to land at this edge of a threshold. And that's what I feel that this season is to me. Year after year after year, this is like this threshold. And also in the middle of a physical season, being winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, it brings on like this sassy, interesting energy to this year end. And I've noticed this trend over the years. And each year also brings its own unique energy too, because now we're closing out the year of the snake. You know, this year, if I would reflect on my past year, like this word, the year of the snake, it just keeps coming up. It's not change, it's not growth, you know, it's not like foofy stuff like that, but it's shedding. I'm taking the cliche route, right? Like this shedding. Snakes shed their skin, right? And we too go through seasons of shedding. Maybe even complete upheavals of our lives, of conditionings, of patterns, of ways of being, to be able to come out, to step out even more in our authentic truth. And this year has felt like a huge, massive release. For me personally, and a lot of people that I've worked with, a lot of people that I'm close to, big life changes, big awarenesses, big ahas, big events, big moments that have changed the landscape of these realities, of our personal realities. And something, it feels so close to me that even in these moments of potential rock bottom, there's magic in finding the peace and clarity and sovereignty in the struggles too. Like think of any dark night of the soul. We are at the thick of the rock bottom. And once we start seeing the light, or literally clawing our way out, if you resonate with that better. Once we start to see the light or begin crawling out and kind of feel like this weight might be lifting a little bit, it's once we surrender to all that is. And we're still able to find the peace or the gratitude or the sovereignty in the hardships of those unfoldings, of within that dark night of the soul. We still have a sense of gratitude, a sense of sovereignty. That is what this past year has been about, is finding that peace in the storm. And for me personally, this year has been huge in honesty and integrity. And not just like externally, like within my work or, within working with other people or anything like that. Of course, always, like integrity is the utmost priority within the work that I do. But I'm talking about from a space of within. Like to be truly, utterly honest in what's coming up for me personally. To stop running and abandoning those pieces of myself that continue to show up, continue to show that pattern, continuing to cycle through, waiting for me to connect these dots. I don't know how many times this year I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how is this just hitting me now? Like, this is such a pattern. This is such a cycle. And these dots, like, it's just like bam, 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 bam. Like, wow. And the snake, like, just think of a snake. It doesn't rush the shedding, right? It's slow, it's steady. And I'm sure that we all can relate to this in some level. Like the entire year of 2025 has had its ebbs and flows, its ups and downs. And our subconscious continues to slap us in the face with yet another pattern, waiting for us to see these connections. And to know, like, nothing's ever a coincidence. It's when we see with a different set of eyes almost, right? But when we see through a lens of gratitude and love and knowing that even through the shit, that there is a light on the other side. Like when we change that lens of perspective, everything changes. And I think many of us, maybe without even knowing, but a lot of us this year, even through the hards, we've been challenged in ways to let go. Maybe subtly, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, to release patterns, to potentially release identities or embrace identities, to release expectations, to change expectations. Just ways of being that we may have thought were a part of us, but they don't no longer keep us safe, or they no longer fit who we truly are. Like a lot of people don't realize how much change has occurred in a snake year until it's almost over. And like I'm a Scorpio too, I was born in the year of a snake, in a snake year. So like this, it really harnesses so much passion within me to really like uncover these layers. Because the medicine, that magic, it works beneath the surface. And by golly, like that is like where my passions lie. Like, let's not surface level talk. Let's get to the deeper layers here. Like, let's actually have a conversation, a soul level conversation, right? So between like the snake and what comes next, like there's always a pause. Think of that with anything. Like there's always a pause. Rather, there should be a respected pause. Because where does the integration occur? Where do the learnings land? We need to honor a sacred pause. So just think a physical snake, like in nature, like that snake doesn't immediately move after that shedding. It's like slow, slow, slow moving, right? There's integration, there's stillness, there's gathering. That space within our lives, within the physical world of the collective energy now is winter. Like insert when I said threshold. Insert when I said pause. That's where we're at now. Where is this time to finish digesting what the year of the snake has released? Like, where's that pause? Where's this integration? And this is my opinion, but this is also where I think so many of us feel this friction when culturally we're told that January is this time to sprint forward and to set big goals and to push and to reinvent yourself. New year, new me. It makes me cringe, and it always has. It has always made me cringe. I would say like, new year, yeah, same me. Hi, still here, I could go on and on. But energetically, like January can still be a month of inward. And let's talk about January for a minute, because I just shared, like January for me has never felt like a new beginning. It's never really resonated with that energy of like going full speed and setting these massive goals and pushing myself into a new year, new me momentum. Like, it's like it makes me cringe because personally, I have always connected to the deep feelings of nature, of winter. Like, I'm like, I still feel like I'm in this cocoon. Like, why am I supposed to be coming out and like blossoming? Like, I've always resisted that New Year's resolution mentality. And I see people in this thick of resistance too, like feeling they should be doing this and creating these massive goals, but yet they fall off within a couple weeks, within the month. Like, why do you think that is? Maybe because we're forcing ourselves into doing something that isn't aligned to our innate ways of being. And no, this isn't for everyone. Like, if this does not resonate with you, and if you love Januaries and you're so gung-ho and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this New Year resolution type stuff, amazing. Stick with it, okay? Like, this is not to tell you like what is right or wrong. This is to give you space to truly connect with what does feel right to you to begin with. Because a lot of times I see patterns, I see feelings, I see people feeling forced or pushed because of what external expectations say or what culturally we should be doing or society, whatever. Like, these are the patterns that I see and the feelings that I truly do have within myself too. And I say, once again, let's get out of a conditioned societal box and begin to learn what feels good and right to you. So for me, January feels quiet. It feels inward. It feels like a rest, reflection, and allowing that pause for the integration. And like I said, I've just always been more attuned to seasons than the man-made physical calendar. And looking outside where I live in January, nothing is blooming, nothing is rushing, the earth is still resting, there's just little movement. And when I feel the energy naturally wanting to rise again within me, that's when I'll naturally rise again. I have that discernment. So that's why I'm taking a sacred pause from this podcast in January. Getting a little outside of the box, resting when rest is being asked for. And rest, I don't mean like the physical, like laying on the couch rest. This is just something within my personal life to be able to delegate or take off of my plate to be able to give to other things, okay? So I want to name something very clear here. Just because I'm taking a pause in the podcast in the month of January does not mean that I'm not supporting clients, okay? I am still supporting clients. I'm still holding space. I'm still deeply in this work and truly accepting new clients with that. I'm honoring and giving space to my own creative flow and being. Like, that's what I'm replacing the podcast with, is my own creative flows, my own integrations from this past year. Like, it's been wild, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm already going to be recording podcasts for the month of February when we come back. But I've received just the amount of downloads that I've had this month in December has been exponentially more than I've ever received, like in this lump sum of time in terms of like personal life. Normally I have to take intentional time in January to like write my goals and like write out, what I want to achieve and take this time of meditation and reflection. And like, I have to be intentional about it and like set time aside. But this month or this year has been completely different. Like, it's been like, nope, you're ready now. Like, it's coming to you now. You got to like make the time now type thing. So it's been really beautiful in that unfolding. And I can't wait to share with you more, just like the lessons. I've already been told what lessons I'm here to learn in 2026, what my word of the year is, where I'm going. And it's just been so clear, so clear, so beautiful. So that is what I'm replacing this sacred pause of the podcast with my personal evolution and growth and creative flow and being. With all this, as we move toward now, like the year of the horse, right? 2026 is the year of the horse. I already feel a very different energy ahead. Like, I feel it within me. Like, there's movement, there's momentum. And I truly feel that's why I've received these downloads already within the month of December, because of this forward motion. And it also is very important to note here, that this energy is not forced, right? Like the horse does not respond well to force. Just think of, again, a physical horse. There's movement when there's trust with the rider. There's movement when there's trust in its own alignment. There's movement with intention, with body, with direction. So this invitation of the horse year isn't to rush forward. It's to move when it's true, when it's aligned, when you have that connection within yourself. Not just because the calendar might say it's time. So let's wrap this episode. I want to offer a blessing, as well as an invitation to you as we move through the holidays, through the end of the year, through this winter space, wherever you are in the world, in this new energy together. May you give yourself permission to slow down in whatever area that you feel called. Like, re-listen to this part of this episode. Re-listen when you have a couple seconds to pause me and to just allow yourself to receive what lands. Allow yourself, without force or without trying to make yourself think of something, allow it to come to you. Allow that thought, that feeling, that sensation, that visual within your imagination, within that third eye. Allow it to come to you. Whatever is meant to. May you give yourself permission to slow down in whatever area you're being called to. May you rest without guilt. May you release pressures of needing to have it all figured out right now, and to allow the space to receive and to just be, and to find presence and peace in the now. May you come to a space where your nervous system feels held and supported and safe. May you trust that nothing is being delayed. It's all coming for you, and you are exactly where you're meant to be now. May you give yourself the space to truly feel what resonates and lands for you. Not what others say, not what you feel you need or should do based on external expectations or validations or pressures, but truly honoring the space within yourself to connect with your own inner solitude, to listen. And I pray that the discernment comes to you, the discernment of knowing when you're connected to yourself, to deepen those pathways for your self-love and trust and that inner connection. And if you're feeling the pull to reset, to integrate, to reconnect without force, to create some structure that still leaves room for your intuition, for that inner wisdom and that discernment, I did create something that may support you. I recently released a 3-month ritual journal and planner for embodied living. It's a sacred grounding space that you can use every day. It's undated, so it's non-linear. It's very intuitively led. Designed to support your nervous system regulation, your embodiment, your daily rituals for your alignment. Not as a productivity tool, but as a place to make space for yourself every day. So if your nervous system needs this space, or maybe needs a little capacity or safety, gentleness, this journal was designed for that. If you feel that you need a structured, little bit of structure, how to, but still want it to be intuitively led, to reconnect with yourself, to learn how to reconnect with yourself every day, this may be a beautiful companion for that season. And if you're craving this sacred space to hold your alignment work, you can explore it within this embodiment journal. I'll link it below in the show notes, as well as all of my offerings. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening, for feeling, for honoring your own rhythms in a world that often asks us to just move faster than we already are and feel that we need to or that we're ready to, right? I will be back in February of 2026, and also with some deeply personal stories and revelations of my own that this last month of 2025 has brought me. This month has truly been a whirlwind. It's so beautiful. My journal has been very heavily used lately. And also, I'm going to be bringing on some amazing guests and client experience episodes that are also in the works to bring to you in the early months of 2026. So until then, may you too trust your sacred pauses. And I am always here. Happy holidays. Have an amazing, amazing end of your year. And I'll see you soon. Until next time, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode freeing or empowering? Please read my review. Tickle, boop.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. If this episode brought you closer to stepping into your energy of alignment, I'd love for you to leave a written review and share how this show has supported your journey. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps others find the space of transformation. And sharing it with someone who might need it spreads the ripple of healing even further. Be sure to check the show notes for ways to connect with me and explore personalized healing sessions and mentorships to deepen your self-awakening journey. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.